Perhaps the most important thing I've learned this year, with so much personal tragedy, is that I must harness my shadow side to pierce the veil and contact the world. I have few emotions, and the ones that are not satiated by contentment are the key to unlocking my creative side. Most of the time, I don't have anything to say. I'm a walking, talking, decision-making machine. A couple of years ago, while experiencing ayahuasca, I scribbled in my notebook, "I want to talk." But talking is a two-player activity. It requires both a speaker and a listener. I'm talking to a camera now, so this is already a problem. I cannot see you, but perhaps it's not possible for me to see anyone. So in effect, this manner of speaking is more of the same for me. I want to talk to people. I want to laugh with a person. I have a need to touch people, to hug, to smell, to smile with them, and share my life, or at least my experience of life. The only way I can do this is through electricity. My soul is utterly constrained by the connections between neurons that constitute physical patterns in the brain that this consciousness resides within. I'm not a fun person to be with. People will tolerate me when there's work to do, or they need something, or when exploitation is desirable. But nobody asks to see me for fun. What I find fun is not what other people find fun. My sense of humour is absurd. My thoughts are not intuitive. My moods are unpredictable. I am, and I quote, one of the strangest people I have connected with. Getting a diagnosis won't help this problem, and I don't know what to do about it. Every time I reach out, sooner or later I get rejected. What does it feel like to be desired? To have a long-term stable presence in your life? I have only intimations from temporary or disordered sources. Because there are certain qualitative things that cannot be directly perceived by yourself, like attractiveness, I put together some statistics. I'm over 6 feet tall. That puts me in the top 20%. I'm ex-military, an exclusive club of 5%. Being physically skilled in the construction industry makes me one of only 8.6%. In intelligence, I'm in the lower end of the top 15%. I have savings, which in this day and age is a minority. Imagine if I was an RPG character in a game. I should be able to make it work with those stats. I can talk about politics, history, philosophy, books, science, sex. Am I too esoteric? Is it that I don't have agreeable opinions? Are my manners not acceptable? Is there a layer of abstraction that you have to get past in order to understand me? Why is that layer there? Why, despite my best cognitive efforts to anticipate every aspect of your needs, can't I overcome it? No matter how hard I try, I cannot make a lasting emotional connection with another person. You take it for granted when you see two people walking down the street, or sitting at a table with a connection. They are deeply engrossed in not only the conversation, but the very essence of each other. The specifics of the words used seem to make very little difference other than being positively or negatively orientated. It is the interplay, or the dance of their sharing, that underlies the words. I can see it clearly. I can see the threads of social discourse weave in a way that the participants cannot. What are the steps that they took to get to this moment? They will have shared both a moment and a moment with each other, that the recognition of which bound them together with a spark that they did not consciously choose. The presence of the other is appreciated with gratitude. So after some self-reflection, one of them reached out across the void of space and the limitations of physicality to express a desire to repeat and enhance the connection. This isn't necessarily romantic, it can be platonic and operating on a subconscious level. I feel that moment intensely, but I can never reach out with confidence that anything will be enhanced. These moments are beyond me. When somebody reaches out to me, they are 3, 4, 5, sometimes 12,000 miles away. I am an abstract entity that does not require physical proximity or emotional intimacy. I am a resource. I do not require meetings or apologies. I am present and not present, depending on the time zone. This is a comfortable place to be in, but my heart is not drawn to more of the same. I may be able to express myself adequately over this medium, but the momentum will never survive a face-to-face encounter. We will be speaking two separate languages for as short a time as one of us can stand, and that's not usually me. Each friendship is precious to me because I do not understand how to make them, or how to lose them. One simple thing is missing, and it's beyond my comprehension. Affective empathy. It tells you what the other person is feeling. It enables you to adjust or fine-tune certain aspects of yourself in real time, to make yourself amicable, amenable, desirable. I appear stoic, wooden, unchangeable, distant, and unaffected. What I have instead are clichés and scripts. Clichés are other people's stories, popularized because they are ubiquitous. Scripts are like a biography, and biographies are dead. They cannot be rewritten, only read again and again, with new scripts added at the end, when new information is discovered. Everybody assumes that somebody else is taking care of your needs, that there is somebody else better equipped to understand you. They quite accurately recognize their limitations. Their assessment of the interactions of your psyches is all that matters. They are much better judges of character than you, and despite how much you enjoyed the interactions, they owe you nothing. People who have nothing invested in you don't care, and people who like you don't see the problem. So, to that moment of realization when it transpires that the reciprocation simply is not there, what then? Emotions cascade, the walls of reality shift, a transition to a new, lesser but familiar plane of existence. You are alone again. It is a place you have always been and you're starting to like it. It's safe here, and maybe it's not so bad. You can't get hurt. Why would you ever need to leave a well-stocked prison cell? The gulf between your consciousness and theirs is too big. You need not ever reach out ever again. It is a locked-in syndrome for the conscious and able-bodied.